Why at the first mention of a case at Kurri Kurri Local Court does the magistrate ask the defendants the same question in all cases? That is, how do you plead? Sometimes defendants and solicitors attempt to avoid entering a plea and go off on a bit of a tangent. However, the magistrate is usually quite insistent. Are you pleading guilty or not guilty? Why? Because the local court practice note is wanting this to happen. Remember, the practice note is setting out how these court mentions should run. For example, defendants enter pleas, then orders are made to serve the brief, etc., etc. It's the magistrate keeping everyone following along with what the practice note expects. And when you think about it, the defendant is being brought to court to answer the charge, so naturally, how do you plead is a logical first question. Usually defendants have had a couple of weeks between being served the court attendance notice and the first court mention, which some defendants use the time wisely and do research. They might sort out the legal problem, or they may go and get legal advice before appearing. Yes, it's a bit different in fresh custodies and serious indictable offences. Here at Kurri, it's mostly petty offending I'm discussing. And when a defendant enters a plea, it sets the case down one path or another. After a guilty plea, it's on to sentencing, while a not guilty plea will see a hearing be set. Yes, you can get adjournments under some circumstances. However, it's common when an adjournment is granted that everyone agrees a plea must be entered at the next mention. Some come back and still attempt to avoid entering a plea, which makes for some tense courtroom viewing. So get ready to be asked, how do you plead when you show up for your case at Kurri Kurri Local Court?